Rich's parents, and we've never had a spare room before, so it's really nice. I've just been putting the sofa bed back together because my cousins are leaving us today. I'm obsessed with the sofa bed, guys. I can't wait to tell you more about it. I've actually got Georgia coming over on Monday, so next week, to film all the loft content, and I'm so excited. I'm finally ready to show you guys the final loft tour. It's not finished in terms of like decor and stuff, but finally we've got this stupid cupboard done, and I can show you the finished thing. I feel like you've seen so much of it already, but it'll be nice to be able to talk you through it all, so that is coming. So I'm just sorting through my t-shirts whilst I chat to you. I thought today's video just could be super casual and chill. I think we all feel like we just need a bit of chill, and I asked you guys on here on YouTube what you wanted. A lot of you said just like a homey vlog, so here I am bringing you the relaxed homey vlog vibes. Sorting through my t-shirts because if any of you read my blog this week, I'll put a link to it down below. I wrote a blog post just about how kind of rediscovering my style after having kids has been quite a big deal for me, and that I feel a bit like I lost myself after having my first baby, and that I've kind of found myself after having my second, which is really crazy and not something I expected to happen at all. Mama. And in that blog post I talked about how it took me a while to let go of my old style, kind of tighter t-shirts tucked into high-waisted jeans. Maybe that's something I'll revisit again one day, but it's just not really something that works for me anymore. And I hate opening my wardrobe and just feeling like, that's maternity, feeling like I have nothing to wear. So I'm trying to minimalize things, have less in my wardrobe and more things that I actually like to wear, that fits better with my new body shape, with my new lifestyle, and I really feel like I've found my style. And honestly, I don't think I ever even really got to that point after having Gray, before getting pregnant again with Rudy, or pregnant for such a long time. I just feel like the past few years I've either been pregnant or confused about my wardrobe. So it feels good to feel in a good place with it, and I don't often get time to do things like this, so I thought I would just do it whilst filming a video. I'm doing like a pile to try on, a pile that I know I definitely don't want, and everything will be going to charity or to friends and family. A lot of you guys wanted to know about life with 2 kids, how it's going. I feel like I haven't really caught up with you guys properly since I came back, and I definitely think I'm like I feel like I show slightly less personal stuff on my YouTube and Instagram now, and I guess that's slightly a conscious decision. It's partly because, like I said, I feel like I'm much more myself now than I was after having Gray, and I think after having Gray I literally couldn't think. I didn't know how to do this job without talking about mum and baby stuff, because it was so all-consuming. My life flipped upside down, and I just thought, how can I talk about makeup if I'm not wearing makeup? How can I talk about clothes if I'm not wearing normal clothes? And like, I just felt like there was nothing else to talk about, whereas I really don't feel that way this time. I feel like I've just returned to my normal self, and so I like talking about things like fashion and beauty, things that I'm really passionate about. So it's partly that, but it's also the internet has changed massively in the last few years, and I'm definitely protecting myself a bit more from that. I don't even know how to put it. I think you guys know what I mean. The internet is a crazy place these days, and there are certain subjects that I prefer talking about and certain subjects that I don't. But let me tell you about life with 2 kids. Is that mine or is that Rich's? It's really nice. It's really sweet, actually. They're very sweet together. Gray loves Rudy. Like, when she gets back from nursery, or if she's kind of been away from him for a little bit, she'll come back and she's like, Rudy, I missed you, and give her a big cuddle and kiss, and I can tell that she genuinely loves him, which is really sweet. She can be like a little bit rough with him sometimes. Not rough, but just like jump on him or cuddle him a bit too tight, but you know, as long as he's safe, I don't mind. It'll make him a stronger little boy. And yeah, she hasn't really been like too jealous, and we're quite good at noticing when there's a situation or a moment where, a scenario where she could become jealous, and then we'll just nip it in the bud and just make sure we're giving her a good amount of attention as well. And there's also certain times where I just feel like it's better if there's one of us with her and one of us with him, and we don't have to all be together the whole time. I love having one-on-one time with her now. I feel like I appreciate it more than ever, also just being with one kid is so easy. But if I take her out to get her nails done, or like just something really cute, just me and her, it feels really, really special now. So I like that. It's kind of made me appreciate her even more, you know. Gray is almost 3 now, and I think we managed to avoid the terrible twos, but a lot of my friends said terrible twos are not a thing, it's the terrible threes, and I feel like I'm starting to know what they mean. She's a really good girl, but she's definitely testing control at the moment. There's a lot of like pushback on having a bath, getting dressed. I mean, doing anything really. Everything feels like a bit of a negotiation, and I know it's just her testing boundaries and testing control, and I have no advice to offer. Any of you guys are going through the same thing other than that patience. I mean, often we'll just tag team, me and Rich, as often as we can. I can tell when he is reaching breaking point, and then I'm like, you need to tap out, and we just swap. We're very lucky that we are both around often enough that we can do that, because it does get to the point where your patience is really tested. Tonight is hair wash night, and I am just dreading it. Oh my gosh, do you remember when I hunted down this t-shirt everywhere? Like, I was desperate for this. Last year or the year before, French Connection. Do I still like it? I'm gonna keep it. Well, I'm gonna try it on. Something that's really exciting about having 2 kids is I was excited to see if they would look alike and how alike they would be, or how different they would be. They look really different. Rudy totally looks like my side of the family. He looks like my mum and my grandpa, which I love that he looks like my grandpa, because he's not alive anymore, and it just like, oh, it's really like, it's just really heartwarming that he looks so much like him. But weirdly, his middle name is after my other grandpa, so that's a bit confusing. Whereas I think Gray's a bit more of a mix, but they definitely look quite different, which is fun. I want to see what he's going to look like as he grows up. Personality-wise, it's too hard to tell. He is chilled. Gray was a very chilled baby. Rudy is chilled, but he goes from 0 to 100 very quickly. I feel like, try not to generalise boys and girls, but I've heard that boys can be kind of drama queens. People are always like, boys get reflux, girls don't get it as much. I don't know, there's a lot of these theories, but it does seem like slightly more dramatic. He'll be totally fine, and then something will upset him and he's like screaming, whereas Gray used to like give us a bit more warning if she was getting upset about something. So I think that's quite funny. I kind of like that about him. And yeah, he's just, I mean, I took him to his first sensory class the other day. He's very early days. He's only just over 3 months. But he seemed very sweet and chilled, happy for everyone to hold him. He likes being held a lot. I feel like you always have to stand up and hold him. I'm trying to sort out the basics of my wardrobe. Like, I got this white vest I showed you guys in another video, and I want to make sure the basics of my wardrobe are really good. Like, I want a really good white t-shirt, a really good black t-shirt, just because I feel like it's easier to build an outfit if you have those very good basics as the kind of baseline to your wardrobe. Yeah, so life with 2 kids is good. It's just a bit more full on, like leaving the house or any sort of logistics like that. Everything just takes a little bit longer, and I do every now and again have a slight panic feeling that I might never have time on my own again, or like me and Rich, I feel like we don't get much time, just us 2. And I didn't feel as panicked about that when I had just Gray, because it was a bit easier to like, I mean, we didn't really do it often, but if we wanted to leave Gray with my parents, we could do that. Whereas now, leaving 2 kids with someone is really full on. I don't think anyone I know would want to look after both my kids. And it just made me feel a bit panicky, like, will we ever have time, just us 2 again? But I know we will. I know we will, of course we will, and I want to enjoy them while they're little. I just think in general, if anyone's freaking out, if anyone's pregnant with their second baby, I can't tell you, in my experience, it has been so different. My life turned upside down after having Gray, and everything was a shock. Everything felt difficult, everything felt foggy. I didn't know how to do my job, I didn't know how to get dressed, and I think I tried to disguise it to you guys as much as I could, but I really, really felt very lost and isolated and alone and overwhelmed for a long time. And after having Rudy, I feel like that. I just feel a massive, I don't know, maybe it's the confidence. Maybe you get confidence in knowing that you know what to do. Like the fact that I've done this all before, maybe it's given me like a bit of confidence, do you know what I mean? That I know what I'm doing. I don't know why it is, but a lot of people have said they felt the same. They felt really lost after their first, and then they felt really content after their second. And that's, God, there's so many maternity t-shirts in here. No wonder I can't ever find anything to wear. Anyway, that's how I feel. So that's really nice. And I feel very comfortable in myself at the moment. Even though like postpartum body things, it's all the same same as first time. I'm not like, ooh, I love my body, but it's just way less of a shock and way less of like a big change. So hopefully that gives you guys a bit of confidence, because I've had lots of people message me saying they are about to have their second and they're very nervous. Right, let's talk about some non-baby stuff. God, does anyone else just have like old vest tops that they have had for years? This is an H&M vest top. Also, this like Topshop maternity vest top. I've had these for years. They've like lost all their shape. They're just like bobbly. This is what I'm talking about. I want to refresh my basics. I want to have nice new vest tops. I don't want 10-year-old vest tops. I know a lot of you guys like, sorry, another maternity top. A lot of you guys like hearing what I'm watching on TV. I feel like there's been so much stuff, and I can't remember it all. Sorry, that's really annoying. But recently, Stay Close on Netflix, very, very good, very gripping. We've just started Finding Italy with Stanley Tucci. Is that how you say his name? I love him. Oh my God, I love him. Also, did you know his wife is Emily Blunt's sister? Fun fact. I was watching this and I just said to Rich, I would really like to marry him. But he was like, yeah, I get it. He's just so cool. He's so cool. Anyway, if you want something to watch that would just make you want to eat a massive bowl of pasta, like the first episode we watched whilst eating pasta. I think you actually have to eat pasta when watching every episode. It's like the rule. Watch that. It's so good. He goes around Italy and it's beautiful and the food is incredible. That's on BBC, I think. We've started Inventing Anna on Netflix. We're watching it. We're kind of making our way through. I'm watching it because I want to know the story, because it's like a true story, kind of. But, it's alright. West Side Story, the new version by Steven Spielberg, has just come on Disney Plus, and I haven't been able to make it to the cinema to see that for obvious reasons. I mean, do I ever go out in the evening anymore? It's come to Disney Plus. I think it would be better to watch it in the cinema. But anyway, we started it last night. We couldn't make it through the whole film because I had to go to bed at 9:30, so we're going to finish it tonight. Obviously, nothing is going to compare to the original. One of my all-time favourite musicals, the best songs, just the best cast, everything. It's never going to compare, but it's really good. And it's Steven Spielberg, and it's like mega budget, and it's definitely worth watching. Just try not to compare it to the original, because you can't really ever compare. But all the same songs are in it, and they're the best. I've randomly got into the Great Pottery Throwdown. Oh, I like this. This is from And Other Stories last year. My cousins who have been staying got me into it, and I'm just so excited that I have so many seasons to catch up on. I genuinely think if I didn't do this job, if I could like start again and retrain as anything, I would love to be like a ceramicist. Is that what they're called? Like, I want to use the wheel and I want to make bowls and mugs and plates. I love buying all of that kind of stuff, and I would love to know how to make it and create, and I just find it so satisfying. Some of the stuff is so hard, but yeah, it's like the Great British Bake Off but for pottery, and it's a good watch. It's an easy background watch. I forgot to mention, some of you guys wanted to know my like baby essentials, and I don't really have any this time. That's the thing with second kids, there's like less stuff. The Baby Bjorn bouncer has been a lifesaver, because he is always just plonked in that while we're getting on, while we're feeding Gray dinner, while we're cleaning the kitchen and doing stuff. He is happy in the Baby Bjorn bouncer because it's kind of upright, it's comfortable, you can put a little play arch on it. And the yo-yo buggy has also been a lifesaver. I actually went back to my Bugaboo, because there are pros and cons to every buggy, I won't go into it, but I thought, let's try the Bugaboo today. It's a bit higher up, it's a bit more comfortable for him, and I literally like couldn't turn it. Like the turning action was so stiff and it was so heavy to push around, and I just was like, I can't wait to go back to the yo-yo. I love it. This definitely has its downsides. He grew out of the bassinet after 3 months, but it's just still a brilliant buggy. That's kind of it. I can't even think of any other like newborn essentials. We still love white noise, we still love a swaddle, but there's definitely less stuff second time round. Oh my gosh, look, I've got it down to just this. So I've got a really itchy head, like nose. That is very exciting. I've been spending a lot of time with family recently, and I have a pretty big family. My grandma was one of 7 kids. She had 3 kids. They had 7 kids between them, and then she's also got 7 great grandchildren as well. And that's just my mum's side. My dad had a sister. She had 3 kids, and I find it all fascinating. Like my grandma and all of her siblings and all of their kids and and we're all very close. So I wanted to make a family tree. I just randomly Googled it. I wanted to do like a digital one rather than having to write it down. I found a website called Family Echo where you can like enter everyone in and it makes a family tree for you. And I want to do it for Gray and Rudy. So it's going to be my family and Rich's family as well. And I also want to do it because I want to see all the countries where I'm from. And someone actually commented saying, I'd love to know your background and your ancestry, whatever. Me too, I want to know, because I find it really hard to keep track of where everyone's from. A lot of my mum's side of the family, they would have come from different countries, they would have like fled different countries from wars and things, and I think Rich's family are pretty much all English. He thinks that he's got some like Scottish roots, but I think that's as far as it goes. Whereas my grandpa was German, so his parents, were they German? I don't even know. I want to know where my grandpa's grandparents were from. Hi. Where were Max's grandparents from? So his parents were German, right?
Yeah, I think they were all from the same place.
You think they're all from Germany?
I think so, yeah, I think so. I'm not 100%.
Everyone above my grandpa would have been German. And then my mum's parents were English, but their parents, I don't know, I think they were from Poland. I think that part of the world. It's fascinating, and I want to make a family tree so that Gray and Rudy know where everyone's from and how everyone's related. Is this just me like getting really old, or is this something that people do? I feel like it's making me sound old. Like, ooh, come on Gray, let's sit down and look at your family tree. She'll be like, Mum, this is so boring. I'm just gonna try on all of these tops when I go downstairs. We need to get a new bed for our bedroom, which is quite exciting. I haven't bought a bed in years. The current bed we have, is it from, I think it's from sofa.com maybe? It's one of those ones that lifts and it's got so much storage underneath, which we love. We don't really need the storage anymore. We've got all of the storage up here. Gray's got a massive wardrobe in her room. We would have kept the bed, but it's broken. The spring's gone. So before you would like lift the bed and it would just like spring up and you could get underneath it, and it's totally broken. So Rich has to like hold it up and it's really heavy and I've got to like scramble underneath to get everything. It's also not attached to the headboard. We've got this headboard that's like stuck on the wall. And yeah, every time we get into the bed, it like creaks and sounds like the whole thing's gonna fall apart. So it's time for a new bed. And I think because our bedroom's not that big, I think I'm gonna get one that's like, you know, got space underneath it. It's not like a divan bed. I've never had a bed like that before, but I think it will make the room feel a bit more spacious and we don't really need the storage underneath. But if we wanted to put some shoes or something, you know, you could put some little IKEA pull-outs underneath. I just don't really know where to start. Do I leave the existing headboard that I've got up and just get a base? But I think that would look a bit weird. And then if I get a bed with a headboard, what kind of thing do I get? I don't think I want a bed that's got kind of sticky out legs at the end. You know, when you like walk around the bed, there's not much space in our bedroom and I don't want to like smash my foot on it in the middle of the night. I honestly have no idea where to start. But that's probably the next kind of big home purchase for us. I was thinking also that I might do a video soon talking through like if I were to do a kitchen renovation again, what would I do differently? Because I've got so many people in my life doing renovations at the moment. My sister is doing a massive renovation, my friend is doing a big renovation, and people are constantly asking me like, what do you like and dislike about your kitchen? What would you do differently? What are you really happy with? And I thought actually that's probably quite a good idea for a video, so let me know if you want that and I could do that soon. My ability to just talk to a camera without anyone talking back at me seriously amazes me sometimes. I've talked for so long, this video is so long already, so don't worry, I'll be ending it soon. I just got this for lunch and I thought I would show you guys. It's a Ready burger. It's 100% plant-based. And I would never normally get a burger for lunch, but plant-based has made me feel like it's maybe a bit healthier. Although Rich was like, check the ingredients. And I read out the ingredients to him and he was like, actually, that is pretty decent. There's nothing crazy in there at all. So let me open it up. I got a double cheeseburger and a little thing of chips. Wait, I think I need a plate. The chips and the burger are both vegan. I don't think everything on their menu is, but these two are. I think the idea is affordable, plant-based takeaway food, because that's quite hard to come by. Let me go get a plate. Okay, I need ketchup. The chips are good. I think they use coconut oil. Really good. Okay, let's take a look. Looks like a McDonald's. Mmm. I'm glad I went for the double because it's quite thin. It's pickly. It's got like relish in it. It tastes like a veggie burger. It's really yum. Mmm. Feels like I'm having a McDonald's, which feels really naughty. But actually, apart from the chips, it's not really. I would definitely get this again. Right, I'm gonna eat my lunch. Thanks for hanging with me today. I hope this brought you some chilled vibes, and I'll see you next week, hopefully for a loft video, if not the week after. And then I promise to stop going on about this loft video, really dragging it out. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.